How are you today? My name is Teacher Kenneth O. I am a teacher here at Cambly. Welcome. We have a great class in store for you today, so I hope you'll have a lot of energy because we're going to learn a lot. Okay, the subject of today's class is words. Well, we easily get confused. There are lots of words in the English language that are very similar in terms of their sound. And as a result, we get them confused and we might think, it's no big deal, but it might be a very big deal. In some cases, changing the meaning completely, right? So let's start with the first one. N, and. Is an indefinite article that we put in front of a noun which has a consonant at the beginning, or at least a consonant sound, like a car. Right? We can't say car, right? Now, if we have a word that begins with a vowel sound like apple, right? Then we would say an apple, right? And, right? That in of itself is like confusing, even for me. And is a conjunction. It combines words, right? I like cars and motorcycles. I like bikes and, I don't know, scooters, right? So, N, and. An easy way to remember N, which is the indefinite article that we use in front of a word that begins with a vowel sound, is to think of the letter N in the alphabet, in the English alphabet. N, literally, it's the same sound, right? Excellent. Next, accept and accept. The same word. Well, and actually, phonetically, right, I can see why you'd come to that conclusion. It does sound like the same word, but we have accept, A-C-C-E-P-T, right, and accept, E-X-C-E-P-T. Let's focus on the first one, right? Accept, as an accept, right, but we pronounce it accept, is to, right, willingly receive something. Teacher Kenneth O, you're such a wonderful teacher. For that reason, I'm going to give you a Ferrari. I accept. Well, I wouldn't actually take it like this. Ferrari's rather large, right? I accept. Please bring it in. Right? Accept, E-X-C-E-P-T, is a little different, right? Accept just means to exclude, right? I'll give you an example. Halloween's coming up, right? October 31st. So I'm gonna go out trick-or-treating. Okay, I'm gonna go with my son. He gets a big bag of candy. We arrive home. He puts all the candy over the dining room table, and he says, "Dad, I love you. You can have all of my candy except the Hershey's candies, because I love Hershey's." And then I go, I accept, A-C-C-E-P-T, right? That's the difference. Accept and accept. The next one, or next ones I should say, advice and advise. Do you hear the difference? With these two words, there actually is a phonetic difference, however slight it might be, right? Advice, s, advise, z. One is a noun, the other a verb. If I were to give you advice, the noun, I'd be giving you an opinion or, I guess, a recommendation. Okay? You can take it, you can accept it, or right, you can say no, thank you, but no thank you, right? That is advice. It's the noun. Advise is essentially doing the same thing, but via an action. I advise you to not eat all of the candy that you get on Halloween on one single night. Next, allowed and allowed. Come on, guys. You can't hear the difference? Okay, well, there is no difference, phonetically speaking, right? However, when we look at the spelling, we have allowed, A-L-L-O-W-E-D, which means permitted. I'll give you an example. My father allowed me to go out with my friends to the mall. Well, I'm a bit old, but I guess I still have to ask my dad for permission sometimes. Okay, well, that is allowed, permitted, right? I was given permission. And allowed, spelled A-L-O-U-D, simply means to say something out loud, right? I'll give you an example. All English language learners would be well advised to read the newspaper aloud, right? Simply means to do so out loud. And in fact, I do recommend this, guys, because even if you don't know the word, hearing it ultimately does help the brain, develop in terms of, word recognition. So it does work. So I do advise that. That is my piece of advice. One more. Two, two, and two. Two, right? We have to, as in to go to the store, a preposition. We have to, as in I like ice cream too. I like movies too. Just so you know, we usually, almost always, if not always, you put a comma before to. This to is spelled T-O-O. And we have two, I guess now I can do this, right? T-W-O, which is just the number, right? The number two. 1, 2, and so on and so forth. Hey guys, for those of you unfamiliar with Cambly, and I imagine by now that most of you are familiar with Cambly, Cambly gives you instant access to friendly native teachers like myself. I hope you think I'm friendly. You can take English lessons anytime, anywhere, right from your computer or your cell phone. Schedule your next class with me at the link below. And, well, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time.